Hello everybody, welcome to the Southern Caribbean. We're on our way into Piarco here in the American Airlines 737-800. Getting set up for the ILS 10 here into Piarco. Transition altitude, transition level is 5,500. Update that real quick. Let's see, descent, forecast, 5,500. Change that, and altimeter is 1011. So we got that in. Let's set this 1011. Alright. Get rid of the old sim brief panel there. Alright, so everything should be in order. Let's see here, gonna unload this. TPP. Alright, so that down, come over here. Alright, ILS 10. Alright, 1097, both sides, 116.9 the backup, both sides. Alright, final approach course 105, good on both sides, 4100 is glide slope, well, 4100 is minimum at Shark, got 4100 in. Let's see. Bring this around to our current heading. Start moving this here. I can start thinking about 10,000, turning the lights on and all that fun stuff. All of our landing calculations are done. Altimeter is set. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Minimum's 265, that is set. Airport elevation is 58, runway elevation is 30 something, 30. So that's 50 feet over there, that's good to go. So final approach course 105, Piarco is glide slope intercept at 1400. Minimum's 265. Missed approach climb to 2200 straight ahead, then a right climbing turn to 4100 to the PRS VOR and hold. It's a non-standard holding pattern. That'll be a direct entry because it's going to be coming from here. We'll just make our I'm totally confused right now. Left-hand turn to the outbound heading of 172. Transition level. Excuse me. Transition level flight level 055. Yes, we hit Curry in here to Shark, and here we go. Currently 26 from Curry. There we have it. Glide slope to 3 degrees, 147. Think about 750 foot a minute descent. Pappy on the left hand side, high intensity approach light system with the Rabbit, 2200 straight ahead, right turn 4100, 116.9. Got that in the backup, so we're all good to go. Hoping to get off here Alpha 2 if we demonstrate competence here. Which is always questionable. It's one of my favorite approaches. I love flying into Piarco. So I'll start for some reason it's not showing me my throttle position, which stinks. Even though I'm going to use empty auto throttle on this approach. I don't know why it's not showing it to me. I did have that set up. Alright, no time to mess with that right now. We'll have to deal with it. Alright. 17 miles from Curry. Wonder why that changed all of a sudden. I wonder why. But nothing I can do about it now. Piarco traffic, American 2703 is 10 miles from Curry, inbound ILS, runway 10, Piarco. So, not sure. But nothing I can do about it right. Dial that down to 1400. Alright, we're 10 miles from Curry. Definitely need some drag here. Alright. Slowing down. One of prettier views, in my opinion. Actually, I like the RNAV approach because you come in over through this valley right here, and it's even prettier. But I'm trying to test out this whole auto throttle, auto reduction thing here. Auto approach mode is on. Find approach course, glide path in the backup. Speed checks for flap 1. Okay, now it's working. Go. Local altimeter. Alright. Close the speed brakes. We'll put out arm the spoilers. Shark speed checks for flaps 5. This is going to be a long straight in final right here. 15 miles, as a matter of fact. Alright. So what we're going to do is, alright, final approach course captured. So what we're going to do, underneath the glide slope, see the glide path is up here. We're going to capture it from below as we come in. And now go down. Is it going to descend? It's going to do dive and drive. Interesting. So it's going to come down to 1,400 feet. And then wait there for glide slope intercept. Which is not exactly what I would expect it to do, but Piarco Traffic American 2703, 15 mile final runway 10 Piarco. That was a solid radio call right there. I kind of figured it would stay at 4100 and capture there, but it's going to come down. My crosswind and headwind components here, it's going to come down and capture at 1400. Just fine, there's nothing wrong with that. You can see the, I've got 1400 in right here. And you can see the green arc is right here at whatever that indication is. It's Piarco waypoint in on my chart. It's something else here. Alright. Start bringing it back to 170. Piarco Traffic American 2703, 10, 10 mile final, runway 10, Piarco. Alright. That Piarco glide slope is that intercept right there is 1,400, or excuse me, 4.2 miles. So speed checks, flap 15. See the glide slope starting to come in there. We're on VNAV path mode, so I can put this back up. It wants to gear down. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I know. So that's going to go off for a little while here. Alright. Gear down 3 green. Flaps 15. Auto brake 3. Lights are on, engine starters are continuous, we're looking good. Come down to, there's glide path intercept. So we'll come down to 152. Big little flaps 30. Wait for it to settle, and then we'll Piarco Traffic American 2703, 5 mile final, runway 10, Piarco. So what should happen is at 27 feet radio altimeter, it should capture the glide. It should retard rather than throttles. So 2 knot, 4 knot crosswind, so nothing big. So there is autopilot disconnect. So now we're going to hand fly it, but we are going to leave the autopilot, or leave the autopilot engaged rather. Piarco Traffic American 2703, 3 mile final, runway 10, Piarco. So Piarco traffic, American 2703, short final, runway 10, Piarco. Getting those pauses lately, I don't really like them very much. Hands on the throttles just in case. Speed's a little fast.
Approaching minimums.
It's alright.
Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
That's a huge float right there. And it's going around. Alright. So auto throttle off. Auto throttle at real flaps 15. Okay, Piarco traffic, American 2703 going around, runway 10, Piarco. And I'm not liking this at all. No, what are you doing? I disengaged the autopilot, thank you. Now let's see if... See, it really doesn't know what it wants to do. Well, no, I'm just gonna go right over here. Piarco traffic, American 2703, right downwind, runway 10, Piarco. So I was kind of waiting for that. Waiting for that throttle reduction, and it just didn't happen, which is fine. It should happen for an MCP mode. It didn't. We'll start a gradual descent now to 1400. This is just Piarco Traffic American 2703, turning a 5-mile right base, runway 10, Piarco. One thing I don't want to do right now is climb at 800 feet a minute. Nor do I want to descend at 800 feet a minute for that matter. Go flaps 30 here. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, flaps 30 goes down. Speed brakes are armed. Piarco Traffic American 2703, turning a 5-mile final, runway 10, Piarco. Okay. It is gusty. Piarco Traffic American 2703, 3-mile final, runway 10, Piarco. Alright. It is gusty.
Glide slow.
That wind here was showing pretty much a direct crosswind at like 10 to 15 gusty, which is why we had so much fun. So what I'm gonna do here is get myself clear and straightened out on this taxiway, and then I'm gonna come to a stop just because that was a little adventurous, and I don't want to be trying to click buttons and do all this at the same time. So that was a little bit adventurous, but it was pretty cool. I actually hand flew the approach out of Miami. Piarco traffic, American 2703 is clear of the runway, Piarco. I actually hand flew the approach, or the departure out of Miami rather. And it was pretty cool, and it's nice to, gives me a little bit of confidence actually to brakes are blazing hot, to just kick off the flight directors and the autopilot and just hand fly the thing, through the pattern, the traffic pattern. And land. I don't know why. I'll have to go back and watch the video. I don't quite know why it didn't want to, or it didn't. It's sort of retarded, but I think I ballooned the landing a little bit. And once I did that, I think the autopilot made the decision that we's going around. So all good, all good. Like I said, being able to kick off the autopilot and hand fly the pattern in the landing is actually pretty cool. And I didn't get altitude callouts except for 10 feet, of course, coming in the second time. But I really felt fine with that. I mean, I felt like I had a good sense of where the airplane was. I've been sort of struggling a little bit in my confidence with this airplane lately. I think there's an innocence when you first start flying it that, like, you kind of get away with things that you don't want to be getting away with. For example, like unstabilized approaches where you're more than 1,000 feet vertical speed under 1,000 feet, which technically is a go around, things like that you kind of let yourself get away with. And I think now I had a criticism on my channel a while ago, a couple months ago now, from somebody who said, like, it's a good thing you're not a real airline pilot, because you're going to kill everybody, and you're the worst pilot in history, basically. And I responded to the guy, and I said, yeah, I'm not an airline pilot, and I'm actually fully aware of that. And so I don't really know what, I'm doing this for fun, and anyway, but I took the criticism because, sometimes people who are not very nice are still correct. And I was kind of letting myself get away with unstabilized approaches, things like that. And so I started really trying to dial in my landings and get them legit, get to where I am able to fly you know, to where I'm able to fly legitimate, you know, approaches. And the tolerances are a lot tighter if you're going to be, you know, quote unquote serious about it. And so anyway, ever since I've started kind of trying to dial these in and be more serious about it, it's been kind of a roller coaster. And that's what flying is like. That's what real flying is like. Some days, like, there are times when you have a good flight and you think to yourself, geez, I've really got this. I've got it dialed in. And then you have one bad landing and you're like, oh my gosh, how does anybody let me fly an airplane? I'm the world's worst pilot, you know? So anyway, 118 foot per minute touchdown. So not too bad. Yeah, it started to go around at 60 feet AGL, it says. So anyway, everything worked out fine. So chalk up some more points for American Airlines Virtual. I hope you guys enjoyed the go around and the landing, and we'll see you next time.